Today is going to be about improving close rates. So this session will apply to you if you do commercial, residential, installs, maintenance, anything. Like there's a lot of principles in here I want you guys to take away. First, I want to reiterate, like, just show you some numbers of why it's important to improve close rate. Everybody knows why, but I just wanted to paint a little bit of a picture for you of what that looks like numbers wise. So say you sent out $3 million in estimates last year. A 5% increase in your close rate would earn you an extra $150,000. 8%, 240,000, 10%, 300,000, 12%, 360,000, 15%, 450,000. Like this is a very good exercise for you to improve. If you want to improve your sales or reach your sales goals, one of the best ways to do that is to improve your close rate, not just to get more leads. Pop quiz is from Marcus Sheridan, but which emotion do people buy with? Trust. He's like, here's a five, like big five to building trust. Here's cost. Like people are pretty transparent about their costs. They talk about the problems associated with the jobs and stuff. So the comparisons, a guarantee versus no guarantee, right? And what that looks like. And he does a good job in that. Reviews, right? The proof behind that, and then the best, like best practices. Today, though, I want to improve your proof, the reviews piece of this. This is what I'm seeing working really well to improving close rates. In your website and social media, there's three ways to show proof quite a bit. A lot of us are only doing one, which is your Google reviews, which is really good. You got to have more of those. But what I've seen work really well is video testimonials from your clients as well and case studies. The more you have of those three things, the easier it is for you to sell that person when they do call you. Here's an example of a company, Masters Lawn and Pest. But look at this proof on the screen right here. He's got a review right here, but these badges kind of exude proof as well, right? Best of the best, right? Awards, 700 plus Google reviews. And then he's got all these reviews right here too. Here's another example, United Home Services. They have a whole page dedicated to this. Why our customers love us. And they just go to town on this. Look at all these pictures they have of their customers, shaking hands, smiling. You might think this doesn't mean much to you, but I promise there's been products and services you've bought before where you see people smiling and like shaking hands or just happy customers. I promise you that affects your buying decision, and it does the same for your clients as well. But look at these badges here, right? And these reviews keeps the proof. And then they have testimonials and then more Google reviews. Really, really strong proof page here. I'll tell you what happens when you don't have proof is now you're relying solely on price and your pitch, which is really, really hard to do. When you have strong proof, you could have a pretty bad pitch and maybe even bad sales process, but you're still going to get some good sales because your proof is super strong. If it was reversed, you had a hard time doing, or you were really good with your pitch and sales process, but you didn't have a whole lot of proof. That's a harder thing to train on and harder thing to do. It's possible, but it's easier to get some proof in here. Website and social media, and then once a lead inquires. So once a lead is on your website, it's like, wow, this is like this website says like this customer had the same problem I'm having. Let me go ahead and send in a request a quote. And then once that lead inquires of that, I would automate like, hey, here's some more proof. Here's some more case studies. Here's some more testimonials. While we're working on your quote, watch these. Just further solidifying the proof there. And then on the initial phone call, I'm training on this with a lot of companies right now, is in your pitch, I would work into there. The reason why we have so many five-star reviews is because we take care of that exact problem. But I'm relying on proof so much more than like, trust me, like. And number four is the estimate documents. I did this way back when, but I would screenshot like 4 to 5 Google reviews and put them in my estimate documents. A step above that would be to add links to video testimonials, to case studies for the same service you're trying to sell. But all of this is meant to just solidify that, like, you know what you're talking about. And all of these people have had a really good experience with it. But I would put them in the initial estimate documents and all of the follow-up estimate documents too. For someone who's on the fence, they just need to watch that one testimonial, see that one review that pushes them over the edge. So here's some next steps I suggest you take here is get more reviews, create the system. We're partners with Applause right now. Applause is a great way to do that. If you're not using Applause, you got to have something kind of automated or some kind of SOP that says when this job is done or when the service is complete, we ask them for a review, whether through email or text or a phone call. You got to get more reviews. And then get testimonials. This is a tough one here. We had to incentivize this with another company. The video testimonials is like mentally we think it's really hard, and maybe it is, but a tip for this is to offer a gift card, show up to their house, say, "Hey, just want to check out the property. Everything looks good. Hey, do you mind if I ask you something? We're trying to improve our online reviews. Would you mind if we did like a video testimonial, and I'll trade you this gift card for it?" Document case studies. I would list out your services and list out the common problems people have with those services when they initially call in, and then create the case studies you have around those problems. Like, hey, this is who it was, what their problem was, and how we solved it. If you have those written down, I would litter those across your website, social media posts, and arm your sales guys with those too. And then place these throughout your sales process, right? Your website, initial text and email, your pitch, and your estimates. Everything I just kind of talked about here. Automate it and just become a proofing machine and it'll make your pitch so much easier and you're going to close so much more from this. I promise you that. I'm seeing this isn't being done enough. I would do this. I would go overboard with this.